Everyone to a brand new conference realignment, and this is not just any conference realignment. This is U.S. region conference realignment. So every conference is in a different U.S. region, and it's regional for the most part. So let's get it started. So the American Conference is east of the Mississippi region, so like anywhere in the eastern side of the United States. So here we go, and I try to put all the teams in the same type of category, so like same tier. So in the American North, you have Army, Boston College, Rutgers, Penn State, Syracuse, Temple, UConn, and UMass. And then in the American South, you have Cincinnati, Louisville, Pittsburgh, Memphis, Tulane, UCF, West Virginia, and South Florida. And the conference championship game for this conference is in Philadelphia, where the Eagles play, and rivalries are turned on. And every conference is playing 9 conference games. And also, every conference has between 10 to 16 teams. There's no independents. Every conference has 10 to 16 teams. There's only 2 conferences that have 10 teams in it. You'll see what conferences those are. But every other conference has 12 teams, 14 teams, or 16 teams. So the American has 16 teams here. Now let's move on to the ACC, which is the Atlantic region. And you have Delaware, James Madison, Maryland, Liberty, Navy, Virginia, Virginia Tech in the north. And then in the south, you have Coastal Carolina, Duke, NC State, East Carolina, North Carolina, Old Dominion, Wake Forest. And the championship game is being played in Charlotte, like in real life in the ACC title game. So the Coastal region. And now you have the Big Ten, which is the Midwest region in the United States. In the East, and there's 16 teams. In the ACC, there was 14 teams. You can count them as well, but Big Ten has 16 teams, no independents. So in the East, you have Illinois, Indiana, Michigan State, Michigan, Northwestern, Notre Dame, Purdue, Ohio State. And then in the West, you have Iowa, Iowa State, Kansas, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Wisconsin. And the Big Ten title game is played in Indianapolis like it is in real life. And so 9 conference games as well. Rivalries turned on for every conference. And now here's the first conference with just 10 teams. So the Big 12 is the Texas region, because this region of Texas and Oklahoma, like it could be almost any region. Texas is its own thing. So like Texas is like, it could be where the South begins, where the South ends, where the Midwest begins, where the Midwest ends, where the West begins, or where the West ends. And where the country ends as well, going into Mexico. So like the Big 12, which is the Texas region. So you have 10 teams: Baylor, Houston, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, Texas, TCU, SMU, Texas Tech, and UTSA. The reason why I put UTSA in there is because I feel like they were the best G6 team out of the teams in Texas and Oklahoma. I feel like they're the biggest brand. They're in the biggest city in San Antonio out of those teams. I think they're more popular than Rice as well. And UTSA's had like 7 or 8 straight winning seasons. So they deserve to be in this. So that's 10 teams. Conference championship game is being played at AT&T Stadium, where the Cowboys play, just like in real life. Round robin schedule. Everyone plays everyone. 9 conference games. And now Conference USA, which is the smaller little version of the Big 12 of the Texas region. So you have 10 teams: Louisiana, Louisiana Tech, Missouri State, North Texas, Tulsa, Texas State, Sam Houston State, Rice, ULM, and UTEP. I wanted to put UTEP in the Mountain West, but it would have put them uneven teams, and you'll find out with that. There's only so many teams in the West region of the United States. But yeah, the Conference USA Championship game is going to be played in Houston, where the Texans play. Round robin schedule again. Everyone plays everyone. 9 conference games. Of course, there's no independents. So the MAC is the old school MAC, the 12 teams, back in their divisions, how they really were. So in the East, Akron, Bowling Green, Kent State, Buffalo, Miami of Ohio. And then in the West, Ball State, Central Michigan, Northern Illinois, Eastern Michigan, Toledo, and Western Michigan. And of course, the MAC championship game is being played in Detroit, where it really is in real life. Rivalries turned on, 9 conference games. Yeah. Next conference, and the MAC was the lower tier version of the Midwest Conference, and now the Mountain West is the Rocky Mountain region. Rocky Mountain region, the Mountain West. So in the north, you have BYU, Boise State, Colorado, Utah State, Wyoming. And then in the south, you have Air Force, Arizona, Nevada, Arizona State, New Mexico State, and UNLV. There's 14 teams here. The conference championship game is going to be played in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. 9 conference games. The rivalries turned on. Now the Pac-12, aka the Pacific region in the United States. So you have the old school Pac-12 North with California, Oregon, Stanford, Oregon State, Washington State. And then the Pac-12 South, Fresno State, Hawaii, San Jose State, San Diego State, UCLA, USC. I know San Jose State's not in the South in California, but you got to do what you got to do. I wanted to keep the old style Pac-12 North. And the Pac-12 championship game is being played at SoFi Stadium in Southern California and LA, where the Chargers play. 9 conference games, rivalries turned on. And now in the SEC, which is the South region in the United States, there's 16 teams here. So Clemson in the East, Florida, Georgia Tech, Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Tennessee. And then in the West, you have Alabama, Arkansas, Florida State, Auburn, LSU, Miami, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State. And the SEC championship game is being played in Atlanta, Georgia, like it is in real life. Rivalries turned on. 9 conference games against 16 teams in this conference. And then in the last conference is the Sun Belt, which is the lower tier South region conference. And again, you have 16 teams. In the north, you have Appalachian State, Arkansas State, Jacksonville State, Charlotte, Kennesaw State, Marshall, Middle Tennessee State, Western Kentucky. And then in the south, you have FIU, Florida Atlantic, Georgia State, Georgia Southern, South Alabama, Southern Miss, UAB, and Troy. A lot of rivalries in every conference. And the conference championship game is being played in Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium, where the Titans play. I feel like that's the most regional place for them to go. Of course, 9 conference games, rivalries turned on. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. So the American East Mississippi Conference has 16 teams. ACC has 14. Big 10 has 16. Big 12 has 10. Conference USA has 10. MAC has 12. Mountain West has 14. Pac-12 has 12. SEC has 16. Sun Belt has 16. This is the most even you can have with conferences in the game. If you want an even amount of number of conference teams in a conference between 10 to 16, and it's not overly done. The conferences are not super big, not 20 teams or 18 or whatever, and it's all even. So hope you guys enjoyed it. This is probably my favorite conference realignment I've done, or one of them so far. So US region conference realignment.